So I did part one of my video. Forgive me for my dry lips. So look at the mountains. Look at the mountains ahead of me. I'm walking back. I got my meal. I got like I think a breakfast sandwich, like I think I got the bacon cheese, bacon egg cheese sandwich. Like, I don't eat this early, but you know what? I've been wanting to do this. And I've been wanting to get up and walk and get breakfast somewhere. I don't want to sit outside. For some reason, I didn't want to sit outside Sonic. If this had been somewhere else, I probably would have sat outside somewhere else. But actually, I'm going to sit in my car. Why don't you sit in the house? It's being inside. Why don't you sit outside? It's cool outside. I even had to pull out my gloves. But I still want to be out in the sun. I want the sun on me. Because it's such a beautiful morning. Such a beautiful morning. And I just want to walk my neighborhood. And it's not that far from me. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's a good thing I don't get the urge to go to Sonic too often because it's very close to home. So if I aim my camera ahead, there's a camper. These are people who are sleeping out overnight in their cars and stuff. And there's a trailer park right there. And when I cross over the street, I don't know if you can see the stop sign from here, but when I cross over, I just turn left and I'm home. I walk a block and I'm home. So it's that close. So I'm glad I'm not tempted to come here that often. But the bad thing about this morning, is I already went to Sonic yesterday. And that food was so good, but I got to get it together. I cannot be doing fast food like this. I hadn't been doing fast food. I have been staying well. And so I got to get out of the habit of coming here and getting fast food. But I was thinking, like, you've been really wanting to go somewhere, get some cold coffee in the morning. And God bless you this morning. Just do it while he woke you up this morning. This is what you have. You don't have tomorrow. You have this morning. Can't keep saying I'll do it tomorrow morning because it is not a promised day. It is not even a day that exists. So tomorrow does not exist. So the first time I walked by, I kind of was leery and I walked on the street, but the street don't feel that safe. But I'll go ahead and walk by, and God's with me. Because you got to be careful, you see these campers and stuff, all camped out and stuff. You got to be really careful, and I feel bad. And I'm going to offer a blessing and ask God to bless the person in this camper, that you will help them for whatever they need, and you will bless them in any way you see that they need a blessing. And so I'm coming across the end of the street. So I'm gonna kind of pause it. I'm gonna lay it on the pause button, and I'll be right back. So I'm back. Not the longest. I love my glasses. They get so dark. They get so dark. My hair is straight now. Probably curl it before I take my trip, if that trip exists. So, yeah, I decided to come in, sit in the car, because it's still nice and sunny out here. My house is dark. Even when I turn on lights, it seems like it's still kind of a dark, dreary dark, and I'm trying to enjoy sun. I'm not trying to be you might hear some music because I am sitting in my car and I just turned the car on. And check, look at that. Look at that. This is Colorado. This is mountainous. This is the mountains. I want to go zero landscape because it's been a while since my grass really grew. And so I want to do zero landscape. And like my neighbors across the street did some. They did, you won't be able to see it through my window, but they did a lot of small rock formations. But so anyway, so I'm gonna dive into. So the guy, you know, Sonic, you know, you guys, if you go to Sonic and you get your, you kind of get their, see if we can see it, their vanilla coffee, and I add caramel to it. Told him to put some whipped cream and a cherry on top, but that dude didn't put yeah, he did put the cherry, and the stuff is melting. But I got my own stuff that I keep in the car. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna follow. That's okay. I'll get it up in a minute. Whoops. Not mean to put my hand all in there. But I have my own ingredients. With coffee, I actually prefer stevia. And I'm not sure if I have the stevia in there. I don't really want, yeah. For coffee, I prefer stevia. And I have that in the car. I gotta fill up my car. I gotta, oh, Lord, I left my purse in the car. I didn't mean to from yesterday. I just noticed that. So I better get that in the house. It looks like everything is there. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm seeing the important stuff there. But dang, and it sits outside. That was, whoa, can't do that. So let me taste the coffee a little bit. Oh my gosh, it is so good. Guess what? It don't even need this Splenda, but I'm gonna put a little bit in there anyway because it does give it a kick. Nah, it don't need it. There's no need. Oh, it's so good. You put enough syrup in there to sweeten it. So I don't need the Splenda. And then I do need to go in here and get my little banana out. And get my breakfast sandwich out. And I got some tots. That's not really a morning meal for me. Oh, I hope I can stomach this. Some potato tots. That here so it don't spill. And then my breakfast sandwich. And yeah, I'm just gonna let that, I don't want it to spill over. But anyway, I just wanted to show that I walked there, and I'm gonna have to walk another probably 15, 20 minutes to make up the time for walking. But I need to eat first. See you in a minute. I had to put that stevia in there. Oh my gosh, this is so good. So what I'm gonna do is finish up eating. Hopefully this video don't get cut off because I'm using my iPhone and the pause button. Y'all know I've had nothing but problems with the pause button. But I'm gonna finish eating, and then I'm gonna head out and try to do another, you know, few minutes of walking before turning in and listening to my book. See you in a minute. Oh, I'm out to start on my journey again. Finished that beautiful breakfast. It was actually, no. There's a complaint about that breakfast. So as I got to the last drop of breakfast, I kind of looked at my sandwich. I do not remember having any cheese on it or bacon. It was just egg and baguette, from what I can remember. I just wasn't paying attention that much. So I think I need to walk this way, because if I walk that way, I don't think y'all can see me, because the sun is so high on my face. So I'm gonna have to walk a whole different way, because I don't really want to walk the way I walked. But then again, it's cold. It's cold out here. Well, it was cold this morning when I started, but it's really cool out here. Now, I'm concerned on, there's a sidewalk. It's been lifting right here, this piece right here, and now it's crumbling. I don't know what to do about it. Now, I'm thinking that's gotta be city. I'm thinking the city needs to take care of that. That ain't my problem. That's a public sidewalk. But anyway, it's near my property. But anyway, I think, I don't know, you know, sometimes I just like to walk safely, like left or right, you know, so I don't know. When I go right, I don't really like that way at all. That's when I go down the fence and the dogs are barking. When I go left, that just leads me to a main street. And I do want to get 30 minutes of walking in, so I've already done about 10. So, and it's getting beautiful and warmer, but I know there's going to be snow around 2 o'clock. Probably not much for me to think much about. Probably be in my room listening to my books, and by the time I get up to take a break, the snow will probably be over. Who knows? But be joyful. And that's what I'm going to be, joyful. So I'm back, and it's a little later in the day. It's 10 something now. It was 8 something when I started my first video. I believe this is the second one or the third one. And it is April 17th, 2026. I like to date my videos, so because it is sort of a diary blog, it's a vlog, just logging some stuff. And what's the purpose of, vlogging and logging if you don't date it? And if it's not on the YouTube and I have it, just on my own possession, I would love to see the date. And I forgot to date part 1 and 2, if there is a part 1 and 2. This might be 2. Part 1 is April the 17th, 2026, if you come across it. Now, I'm speaking as if I'm in the future. I'm speaking futuristically, as if someone would come across these videos and wonder where I am now. By the time you come across this video, what am I doing? Do I still exist? Have I passed on? Where am I? I'd like to put that question out there. So on this beautiful sunny day in April 2026, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Pikes Peak Park. Yes. I've been here for almost 30 years. And I've seen this neighborhood change a lot. Oh my gosh, I have so many good and bad memories. One day, I was coming back. I said I should do the video this way. I was coming back that way, and I was going to work, coming from work. It was later in the evening, and it was before I could turn onto my street, and the winds was blowing weird, like a weird wind blowing. The leaves were twirling. I believe it was in April. And went in, come to find out, like, these are supposed to be subsidized housing right here. 2 people were shot, and 1 perished, and I knew both of them. I knew of one, and I knew the other one. And it was so sad. And one of my students, posted, because Facebook was out by then, that she couldn't get out of her apartment because the body was outside her door. That was really sad. And so there was a lot of shootings, a lot of violence over there. And the thing about these places over there, if you went over there and drove by there, the lawns were beautiful, green and lush. They painted them since then, but just beautiful, nice townhouses. But they were for low income, and mostly for, they were really for girls who had, single girls with children. And most of them were really young. They were, 18, 19, 20-year-old girls who had apartments, who were trying to be grown women and raise children. I had a relative who stayed there. And don't get me wrong, that place right there, helped many girls get on their feet. I know many women, including a member of my family, who lived over there, got on their feet, and really are doing well. So shout out to Whitney Young. That is not a place to put anybody down for ever having to stay there. That place has helped many women survive with their children and get out. Some took longer than others, but thank you, God, for Whitney Young. So anyway, and I've seen that go from that to peace again, peaceful. I used to be over there all the time babysitting my babies and my grandbabies. And it was peaceful and everything during that time. We'd be going to the park over there. They got little swing sets. We would, walk to get some food. I live 2 blocks away. And, but, it was some good and bad times over there. And some growing pains over there. We used to jump in the car, the principal and I, and because you could actually hear the intercom from the school from over there. And we used to jump in the car because we heard there was a fight over there, and we'd get out and the kids would just scatter. They would run because the rental office really got to know our building principal. And so they would just call him and say, hey, there's a big fight over there. And we'd run over there, and the kids, I don't care how bad they thought they were, I don't care what gang they were in, they had so much respect that they would leave. They would get up, scatter, and leave. And we wasn't sitting out there trying to say, we just want y'all to get out of here, go. And so by the time my family member was in need to be over there, I walked into the rental office and they recognized who I was. They were so kind, and they placed her in a unit closer to the office because they said, so they can, not watch her or watch over her. They just thought it was safer for her to be closer to the office, and I thought that was sweet. And my family member stayed there, then left, went to the short term in the military, came back, and stayed a bit longer than intended, but got back on her feet. God blessed her as she got on her feet. Her children are wonderful, amazing girls. So she was my one family member who did take advantage of getting help, and she's a boss. And then I have 2 other kids, and they're the same thing, not living over there, but it's a struggle. Life was a struggle to get up and get there and get where you want to be. And so I'm proud. I'm not going to use the word proud because I was just reading in the Bible, God doesn't like a proud person, but I'm happy for them. I'm very happy for them. My heart rejoices with them. So I'm going to try in every endeavor that I do in my speeches not to use the word proud, but I want to say I'm happy, delighted. I'm rejoicing with them. So I'm coming up to my favorite end of the street, my favorite loafing jug over there. I hope they don't be making no more announcements, but they do. But it wasn't weird like the first time I heard it. That kind of scared me. I tripped and fell. I tripped and fell over something. I don't know if y'all noticed. Upside down. I tripped and fell. I don't know what I tripped and fell over. Didn't see it coming. I need to look more down than up. But next thing I know, I was on the ground and I fell. I hope nobody saw me because that was weird. Whew! So I guess I'll be sore, but I'm going to continue to the end of this sidewalk, and I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to let one monkey stop no show. Ain't no fall going to stop me from keep moving. I remember at work that happened to me too. I forgot what I did. I stepped in some rocks. I don't know what I did, but bam, hit the ground. And I got up and I walked in. Then a few minutes later, a parent came in and said something about, were you the one that fell? And I'm like, yeah, I'm the one that fell. Like, we saw you walking, all of a sudden, boom. But I don't know what just happened. Like, I didn't see any unevenness in the sidewalk. I wasn't feeling off balance because I can get off balance. But, hey, I'm okay. Because I see more and more where I need to keep walking. I need to keep practicing and keep my balance. Woo! I'm trying to keep my breath. What does that say? I don't know what that means. But I'm at the end of the street. I started to walk. I thought I was going to walk this main street for a second there, but after I failed, I'm going to walk back here in the neighborhood. For some reason, my eyes are watering and I'm out of breath. But I'm not but I'm okay. It's just weird. Somebody left a shopping basket still there from the last time I walked. But you know me, I'm walking. I'm trying to go see where in the world. I don't even know where I fell, but I want to see what I might have tripped over that made me fall. And so it's a downhill. Like I told you, we live in the mountains, so look at all this rock. Now, there was a time I would pick up this rock. Anyway, let me finish. I can't carry a thought. And so you go up and down the hill. But anyway, back to the rocks. These are too little. But one summer, I think summer 18, 19, something like that, we used to get rocks bigger than this. Bigger than those, but those would do. Sometimes you can glue those with a very strong glue together to make a project. But we would paint rocks. And then, there's the echo. And then we would put them in the park or somewhere. I left one of my favorite ones. It was a cactus in a park. And I said, I hope whoever find that loves it. And anyway, so I'm still coming back to see where I fell. I think I passed it. Maybe I stumbled over a small rock. I'm not sure. I know it wasn't this because I was past this, but it was back there. I think I fell back here, between back here and here, but I don't know what I fell or stumbled over. Could be right here. Could have gotten up in here and failed. I could see that happening. Me stumbling here, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I got my keys. I had to check for my keys. But anyway, this is where I live. They built all these really nice houses across, what I said, from the low-income townhouses over here that has blessed many of young women. And of course, you know, when the kids are young, when the people are young, they have young boyfriends. And sometimes those boyfriends aren't the greatest. And we live in a very large military area. Some of them were military men. And even some of those young guys in the military haven't really gotten out of the gang stuff that they used to be affiliated with back home. And then they clash with the gangs here. And with us being a military town, we have people from all over who settle here. And so some of their gangs are from wherever they're from. And we had so many gangs here. Oh my gosh. And it's calmed down a little bit, but we still see remnants of gangs and stuff. And now we're more Mexican gangs, you know, more how do you say it? Mexico and Central America, South America, you know, Venezuelan gangs, yeah. And they are into our schools, amazing children, love them. God bless them, you know, keep them safe. I love them. But we're trying to give them better opportunities, you know, so that they don't have to turn to have that gang mentality to feel loved, to feel wanted, and to feel like they're somebody. So I miss my crew at work. Now I just miss my kids. I miss the kids, amazing kids. And yeah, but I'm gonna end this video because my walk is almost ended. I'm okay. I'm not sore. I feel a little sore on my thigh, on my left thigh, but I'm not hurt. I'll probably feel it later on, but I'm okay. I fell down and I got back up. So talk to you later. This is it. I don't need a part 3. No, yes I will. If it snows and I catch the snow, there's going to be an April 17, 2026 part 3. Bye. Walk is ended. Back in the car. But I know this pause button is not going to last long enough for me to tape the snow. So, you know, But I can say bye right now, and I'm glad I was able to get my walk in today because I haven't been walking lately. And today I was able to walk and meditate and ask God for the things that I wanted and needed. And the prayer of the righteous availeth much. So God bless you, my family, because y'all were my main prayer. And when I say family, that it stretches pretty much out for my branch, my mom and dad's branch right here. So for all of y'all, sister, brothers, niece, nephews, grandchildren, grandniece, grandnephews, mom, dad, my children, everybody, all of y'all. It branched out to y'all and whoever's with you and whoever you love. So, yeah, because if something happens to the person you love, then something happens to you. So, bless them too. But for now, I'm going to close this part 2 out, and we'll see if there's a part 3 or 4, because I don't know where I'm at in this video, and see if that snow comes. All right? Bye.